Hey there! I hope you're doing very well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited because I am going book shopping in New York City with my husband Leon, and we are going to a bookshop I've never been to before, McNally Jackson. Something that I love doing when I go on special book shopping trips is making a little wish list or an idea list of titles and books to look out for while I'm shopping. And I'm also going to be vlogging a bit of our trip and then hopefully a book haul, which would be fun. So that will be the next video after this one. But I thought it'd be fun to screen record my laptop. I have the McNally Jackson Independent Booksellers website opened on my laptop. I also have my Goodreads opened on my laptop. So I thought it would be fun to go through and make a little wish list with you guys and to let you know what books I have my eye on, and then the next video when we actually go book shopping you can see if I really picked any of these up. Anyway, we are going to screen record my screen. So now we have the McNally Jackson Independent Booksellers page opened. I really like the look of their website already. I'm just gonna see. Oh, they have merch! You guys know I'm gonna end up with some kind of merch. Oh my gosh, if you love me, read me a book. Stop! That's amazing! Okay, I am so excited to see their merch. Oh, what a cute illustration for young readers. Oh, goods for the study. I've heard amazing things about that brand, and it's a stationery brand. I love stationery. Here are their upcoming events. I'm going to look through my want to read shelf. The Cat Who Saved Books is one that I very much want to read. So, The Cat Who Saved Books by Suzuki Natsukawa, translated by Louise Hill Kauai. Oh, they have it in paperback and hardcover. The hardcover is different. I've never seen this hardcover. Oh, it's a pre-order. Okay. I'm going to make a note in my notes app with all of these books. So it looks like they do have The Cat Who Saved Books. Another one I have been thinking about is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, because I listened to this book on audio quite a few years ago. Well, not quite a few years ago, about like 2 years ago. And I really enjoyed the audiobook, but I feel like I would like it more if I physically read it. And I was going to pick it up the other day when I was at Barnes & Noble with Leon, and I ended up not picking it up. So they have Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and it's a whole series of books. I have been really in the mood for a lot of Japanese literature recently. I read and fell in love with Sweet Bean Paste, and so ever since then I have just been wanting to read more Japanese literature. So we're going to add Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. C-H-I. Okay. Another one that I have been interested in is The Traveling Cat Chronicle, and it looks like they do have it as well, so I'm going to add this one to the list. I have not been telling you what these books are about. I feel like I should. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what The Traveling Cat Chronicle is about. I do believe it's about a traveling cat and the people that it meets on its travels. I know that the end is incredibly sad. I believe the author Hiro Arikawa has just released a new book. Yes, The Goodbye Cat, which is on my Goodreads. So let's see if they have that one as well. They do! Okay. So I'm gonna do this one and The Goodbye Cat. Another one that I've been wanting to look for is What You Are Looking For is in the library. So this is a book, they do have it. Okay, oh, and it's a staff pick. They do have it. It's a book that I read pretty recently and I fell in love with it. It's about these different people that go to the same library, but we follow them individually. So it's almost like little short stories of different people, but they all live in the same worlds and they go to the same library and they meet the same librarian. So she gives them the book that they are looking for and also another book that kind of, for most of them, feels very random, and they wonder if it's an accident or why they recommended this book to them, when they didn't ask for it, and then it ends up really changing their lives. And it's so beautiful, and I would love to read it physically because I listened to it on audiobook. Okay, I really hope I'm able to find what you're looking for is in the library because I loved it. Another one that I've heard amazing things about is Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. What I've heard, it's a very short and sweet novel. It touches on grief and love, and it says Banana Yoshimoto's novel has made her a sensation in Japan and all over the world. And Kitchen, the dazzling English language debut that is still her best-loved book, is an enchantingly original and deeply affecting book about mothers, love, tragedy, and the power of the kitchen and home in the lives of a pair of free-spirited young women in contemporary Japan. I don't want to read too much else because I don't want to be too spoiled. So I think I might add this one to the list and check it out at the bookstore if they have it. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about Japanese literature recently, and so many people have been speaking about this book and talking very highly of it, so I'm interested to check it out myself as well. I did hear someone speaking about Kokoro on a YouTube video the other day. I believe it's more of a classic. Oh, first published in 1914. Oh, wow. Hailed by The New Yorker as rich in understanding and insight, Kokoro, The Heart of Things, is the work of one of Japan's most popular authors. This thought-provoking trilogy of stories explores the very essence of loneliness and stands as a stirring introduction to modern Japanese literature. Ooh, by Natsume Soseki? Okay, it looks like they do have it. Okay, so let me add that to my list to check it out. Usually when I add things to these lists as well when I go book shopping, I don't obviously have to buy all of them, or it's just like looking for them, maybe reading the first few pages to see what I think of them. Another one that people have been saying wonderful things about that I haven't read yet is Strange Weather in Tokyo. It says Tsukiko is drinking alone in her local sake bar when by chance she meets one of her old high school teachers, and unable to remember his name, she falls back into her old habit of calling him sensei. After this first encounter, Tsukiko and sensei continue to meet. Together they share edamame beans, bottles of cold beer, and a trip to the mountains to eat wild mushrooms. As their friendship deepens, Tsukiko comes to realize that the solace she has found with sensei might be something more. I remember people saying that although it's a relationship that has quite a large age gap between the two characters, it's handled really beautifully. Okay, they do have it. Perfect. So I might look into getting this one. Okay, so I have added Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami. I just recently read Sweet Bean Paste by Durian Sukegawa and I loved it. I have read Breast and Eggs by Mieko Kawakami and I loved it as well. Oh, another one is Lonely Castle in the Mirror. I have also heard great things. Okay, this one sounds really interesting, and yeah, if they say one of the genres is fantasy, I don't really want to know too much. I kind of might want to just read this one when I'm in the store and see how it opens without spoiling it. Okay, I really can't type and speak at the same time. By Mizuki Tsujimura. I hope you guys don't mind that this is basically all Japanese literature. That's just what has been on my mind. On my mind lately. I have heard amazing things about Ruth Ozeki's A Tale for the Time Being. I'm like 99% sure they should have that. A time being is someone who lives in time, and that means you and me and every one of us who is or was or ever will be. Oh, I think that's a quote from the book. In Tokyo, 17-year-old now has decided there's only one escape from her aching loneliness and her classmates' bullying. But before she ends it all, Now first plans to document the life of her great-grandmother, a Buddhist nun who's lived more than a century. A diary is Now's only solace, and will touch lives in ways she can scarcely imagine. Across the Pacific, we meet Ruth, a novelist living on a remote island who discovers a collection of artifacts washed ashore in a Hello Kitty lunchbox, possibly debris from the devastating 2011 tsunami. As the mystery of its contents unfolds, Ruth is pulled into the past, into Now's drama and her unknown fate, and forward into her own future. Oh wow, okay, I don't remember it sounding that amazing. That sounds amazing. Okay, we're definitely putting it on the list. I've also heard amazing things about Ruth Ozeki and I've never read any of her books, so I'm excited about that one. They're monthly bestsellers. Okay, best-selling American literature. I just picked up Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow when I was at the bookstore. Isn't this the one that won the Booker Prize? Kairos by Jenny Arpenbeck. The description says, the story of a romance begun in East Berlin at the end of the 1980s. The passionate yet difficult long-running affair of Katharina and Hans hits the rocks of a whole world. The socialist GDR melts away. As the Times Literary Supplement writes, the weight of history, the particular experiences of East and West, and the ways in which culture and subjective memory shape individual identity has always been present in Arpenbeck's work. Okay, interesting. I feel like that doesn't really tell me too much about the story itself. I'm gonna put it on my list because I'm just intrigued since it won the Booker Prize. This is their summer reading matrix. That's cool. Slow, slim, fast, epic. Ooh, oh that's cool. Okay, let's see. Slim and slow. And then slim and fast. Epic and slow. Epic and fast. I love when independent bookshops do like unique little lists and things like this. Oh, someone recommended me Crying in H Mart on one of my recent videos. In this exquisite story of family, food, grief, and endurance. I think that's why someone recommended it to me after I spoke about sweet bean paste, because they said that it had great descriptions of food, and so does sweet bean paste. Michelle Zauner proves herself far more than a dazzling singer, songwriter, and guitarist. With humor and heart, she tells of growing up one of the few Asian American kids at her school in Eugene, Oregon, of struggling with her mother's particular high expectations of her, of a painful adolescence, of treasured months spent in her grandmother's tiny apartment in Seoul, where she and her mother would bond late at night over heaping plates of food. Ooh, okay, I don't want to read too much else. I'm gonna put that on my list because that sounds really great. And maybe I'll check it out. Okay, how many books do I have on this list now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. So I think this is a solid list. We'll just see what I find, and then they do have adorable merchandise, so I might have to get something because they're just so cute. I hope that you are excited for the vlog of us book shopping. I'm really excited to go. Thank you so much for coming along on this little virtual book shopping before we book shop adventure with me. I will see you very soon in New York City, and as always, happy reading.